Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again here on a Tuesday night. This is your boy Stevie Ray, and I am the host of the world's most dangerous podcast, Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. How are you guys doing tonight? We had a good one last night. I'm back on the scene after taking a hiatus, if you will. A sabbatical, if you will. You know it is what it is. But I'm back on the grind now. Got a lot of things out of the way. And hey, baby, it is what it is. What's up, Calcutta? He's out there in the room. Who is that? Mitchell? What's going on with your bra? But yeah, man, I'm glad everybody can join the show tonight. Hopefully, my man, Sonny Ono. Somebody asked me last night, was Sonny Ono still was going to be on the show? Well, as of right now, I don't know. You know what? Because Sonny's been doing his thing. He's been out there on the road. So I don't even know if he's available or not, man. Let's hope. What's up, Cron? Let's hope we can get him on. I can't make any promises. But only thing I can do is send the invite out. And we go from there. But he hasn't called me or nothing like that, so I really don't know what's going on. But hopefully we'll see. What's up, Kush? But at the end of the day, he's still my man, even though sometimes I don't want him to be, but he's still my man at the end of the day. So, yeah, guys, I hope everybody enjoyed that football game last night, man, between Michigan and Washington. Michigan seems to be the best college football team in the nation, man, because they proved it last night, and the old Washington team just wasn't up for the task, man. But, it's always next year for the teams, but not so many of the players because, so many of the guys are moving on. Some going to the league, some just, their eligibility is up, man. That's college football. You only get so many years to do your thing. But who's that? I got 5 years older since. Who's that saying that? Yeah, man. Happy New Year, you guys too, man. But everything's seemed to be going well. Hope everything's out there going well for you guys. Now Dale, my boy Dale, he was watching the show last night, making a few comments, and you guys know Dale is the big Tennessee Titan fan. And today, the Tennessee Titans fired their coach, Mike Vrabel, and Dale has been calling for that all year. But I'm here to tell people, man, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. Because I'm one of these guys that believe in not making rash, snap decisions, unrational decisions. I just don't like it, man, because right now the team is going through that transition and everybody goes through it. You have that high period for 3 or 4 years, and then the average team anyway. And then you have that low period. As soon as that low period comes, get rid of the coach and get another one. I mean, come on, the Tennessee Titans ain't did nothing since Jeff Fisher was there. How long ago was that? This man comes in, takes them to the playoffs for 4 times, I think, in his tenure of being there, 2 AFC championship games. Now, I want to know what everybody going through coach after coach, how many coaches already got fired? Washington, Chargers, now Tennessee. Those just ones I can think of off the top of my head, man. But it is what it is, man. Some of these teams have no patience. No patience. But we shall see, man. I'm gonna try to get Dale on the show and we're gonna talk about this, man, because I just don't like it, man. I think Mike Vrabel is a hell of a coach. He's not gonna be out of a job long. He's not gonna be out of a job very long. He's gonna land somewhere. And I'm telling you right now, Mike Vrabel is gonna turn. If a team needs turning around, the man is very, very smart. And that's what you need. Now, who is that? Kron said, please, big dog, watching Washington was like watching TCU all over again. You know what, man? I don't think it was that bad. I don't think it was that bad. They had chances. They had many chances, man, but they were just off. And that Michael Penix, man, you got pressure on him, and he folded. And that was the key to a quarterback like that. When you give those kind of guys time, they eat you alive. When you don't give them time, especially when you're in front of them, when you got the lead on them, that makes them press. That makes them a little bit more desperate, especially when you take the running game away from them. And, hey, that happens. And then, college teams right now playing 14 games. I think Washington this year had a lot of tough games out there in the West, man, out there in the Pac-12, man. It's just tough games out there. They had like 6 teams in the top 20. So they had to go through a lot of stuff, and I think it just caught up with them at the end, man. But that's my assessment. Who knows? It's over now. They lost. But when you prepare for that one game on the big night, how many people are ready for that big night? How many people are ready for the lights, cameras, and action? We see it so many times that you get out there and you think you're ready. And then all of a sudden things don't go your way at the beginning and everybody panics. The coach even panicked. He was still doing the same thing he was. So, it is what it is. And coaching has so much to do with that, man. When you're trying to get those young men to come up and do their thing, man. Who was that asking me? Yes, I played football, man. I played everything. Baseball, basketball, football, track and field. What you talking about? Did it all. Yes. Did it all. Sounds like Calcutta said, sounds like a lot of Karens are in the football league. No, it's just the fact that I think the Tennessee organization is just one of those fucked up, inverted organizations. I think, everybody trying to find lightning in a bottle, bro. Just don't happen like that. It just don't happen like that. Now, like right here in Houston, what did Houston finally do? When the old man got out of the way and the son took over for the team, he went out and got a damn good head coach. Actually, the guy played here in Houston, D'Amico Ryans. They drafted him. He was rookie of the year linebacker in 2006, 2007, 2006, right in there. Rookie of the year. Guy was a Pro Bowler. He knows football. He made that San Francisco 49er one of the top 2-3 defenses in the league. Then he gets a head coaching job. And he's teaching these young men the same thing right here in Houston. But the smartest thing I think D'Amico Ryans did, it wasn't bringing his defensive prowess. He also brought over offensive coordinator from the 49ers also. And who trained that guy? Kyle Shanahan. What did Kyle Shanahan do last year with the rookie quarterback, Brock Purdy? See what I'm saying? Then C.J. Stroud is a rookie here in Houston. What does he look like? under that same mindset and that same offensive strategy. Now, how often do we see two rookies back to back, 2022, 2023, play at a high level? How often do we see that? And take teams to the playoffs? How often do we see that? So that's when you got a young guy, you got to have people to know how to train a young guy. Everybody doesn't know how to train that young guy. As the Commanders fan, that firing is way overdue. I'm going to be honest with you, Kron. He should have never been hired in the first place. I'm going to be honest with you. When the last time he did something? 2015? Huh? Carolina Panthers? Cam Newton? Those guys? Come on, man. I mean, I like Ron Rivera, but nowadays, just like I agree with Colin Cowherd when he says, to compete nowadays, especially on offense, either you need to bring in an offensive-minded head coach or a very good offensive coordinator. That's the only way you're going to keep up this year. Now look at my Steelers with Matt Canada. How did he ever get a job? How did that man ever get a job in the NFL? A straight jabroni running these Harry high school plays. As soon as they got rid of him, the offense took off. As soon as they got rid of him. I mean, he hadn't even packed his bags good yet. And you can see the offense running smoother and better. I wouldn't even gave him a flight ticket. I would have told him to take an Uber back to where he's from. Or Continental Trailways. Whatever bus service they got going out here. Get out of here. You didn't even earn a ticket. Bye. Pay your own bill, whatever you were staying. That's what I would have did. What's up, Alpha? Happy New Year to you, brother. Alpha says Dak is the true MVP this year, regular season award. His stats back it up and line up with anybody, including Lamar. I don't agree with that, bro. I think if Dak had if he had won the game against Miami, and I don't put that all on him. And then that game against the Lions, and that's what everybody's watching. That game against the Lions and that game against Miami, I can't give him the MVP because of those two games. One he lost and one he should have lost. Dallas Cowboys just didn't look good. The Lions came in their own house, and it wasn't for the fact that they was going for two every time. They easily win that game. I mean, it is what it is. They did lose the game, but hey, who looked the best in that game? Get Jared Goff or Dak Prescott? Who looked the best against Miami? Tua Tagovailoa or Dak Prescott? Now you see what Lamar Jackson did when he went out to San Francisco against the best defense in the NFL and had them huffing and puffing and getting ready to blow the house down. That's how you look against a top team. The top guys. You got to show up, man. Got to show up. So, no, one guy's got the best record in the league. One guy, because of Philadelphia nosediving at the end of the year, gets the second seed. I can't agree with that. Can't agree with it. Even though I love Dak Prescott. I love me. Dak Prescott is really the only guy I like on the whole Dallas Cowboy team. He's the only guy that I like. I roll with Dak, man. But I never roll with that no good for nothing piece of shit Jerry Jones. Never. I can't stand that son of a bitch. But that's me. What the hell do I know? I know what I like and I know what I don't like. And I don't like that bastard. As long as he's the owner of the team, I wish nothing but bad things for the Dallas Cowboys. But Cal's gotta say, Greyhound. Are they still in business? That's what I meant to say, Greyhounds. Now my boy Manny says Bills are going to win the Super Bowl. Well, they got to get there first, Manny. They got to get there first. And you got to play my Steelers this weekend. If you beat my Steelers, you got a chance. If you lose to my Steelers, well, they did change offensive coordinators this year, and they've looked better ever since they've done that. And so did the Steelers. So we got something in common, man. Got rid of offensive coordinators in the middle of the season. My boy said Matt Canada interviewed well. Man, get out of here. Matt Canada interviewed well. I don't know if Matt Canada is somebody's buddy. Y'all know how this works. And somebody snuck him in through the back door. I don't know. Matt Canada should have never had a job in the NFL, let alone the Pittsburgh Steelers. You guys know something? Other than Ron Earhart, that was the offensive coordinator back in the mid to late 90s. Every offensive coordinator the Pittsburgh Steelers had is either has become a head coach or had a head coaching job. Every one of their offensive coordinators became head coaches. You think Matt Canada ever be a head coach? Man, you're making me angry. And he also said that Lamar's the MVP. Donnell Cook. Appreciate that, brother. Man, Matt Canada. That man should be, if a bad offensive coordinator was against the law, this sucker be in Sing Sing. Yes. He will be brought up on charges for impersonating an offensive coordinator. Yes. And never be able to work in this league again. I hope he enjoyed them checks that he stole. Now, Kush said, I hope the Lions get their Teddy Bridgewater. You hope the Lions get there, huh? Hey, the Lions got a shot, man. But we all know everything goes through San Francisco. And the only team to come in there and make San Francisco look like a regular team this year was Baltimore. And they're in the AFC. Dallas looked like garbage against them. The Eagles looked like garbage against them. Those dudes are well coached and they're ready to play. We'll see. We'll see. OG Jackson, what's going on, brother? We will see. And Manny said, I just think it's, okay, man. It is a good bet. They can play with anybody in the AFC. That Kansas City juggernaut is gone. They're not the juggernaut anymore. They're a regular team now. They're a regular team, and they see what everybody else been going through. They're going to get their one home game, though, and they got to make good on it. And we all know the Miami Dolphins don't want to play in no cold weather. We already know that. But anything can happen, man. I'm just glad to see football go down to the last weekend and have all these different scenarios going on. All these different scenarios, and if this team win, if this team lose, everybody had a chance at that grab bag. Everybody had their chance at that bag, man. who was that saying? They miss Todd Haley. Man, I do too, but man, Todd Haley can't get along with people, man. I don't know what his deal was, man. That dude had a temper problem, man. Fighting people in bars and shit. I've heard of players getting into fights in bars. Who? What kind of coach? Man, stay at home, man. You don't need to be out in the streets. Stay at home. Todd Haley, that's why they got rid of him, man. The dude is a hothead, man. He was good. He changed Ben around. He had Ben playing better than he ever played. You know, Ben just wouldn't stay in shape. You know, eating donuts and, 12-pack of chicken, 12-pack of beer. Don't work out in the off season, want to get on his boat, go fishing. Come on, man. Got to keep yourself in shape, man. Who was that Alpha? Steelers ain't going no further. Well, they didn't even supposed to be in the playoffs. So it's either to say, well, they're not going, but look where they are. What about that narrative? The narrative of the coach should be fired because he done lost control of the team. What about that shit? But now you're in the playoffs. Now he put his third string quarterback in, and he's winning again. And take two guys, a running back coach and another coach, and they become the offensive coordinator, and they're in the playoffs. How many coaches can do that? How many coaches have you ever seen use garbage? I'll say it again, garbage, and still get in the playoffs? How many? All these dumbasses out here. Oh, Mike Tomlin, he's garbage. Not in Pittsburgh, he's not. How did he get the job? Had no head coaching experience. He wasn't a retread. Bill Cowher, no head coaching experience. Wasn't a retread. Chuck Noll had no head coaching experience. Wasn't a retread. With a resume from a couple other teams. That's how they do it in Pittsburgh. I want him young, I want him aggressive, and I want him smart. Smart. Yeah, that's what we want. We don't want a retread. And a lot of people might not even know what I'm talking about when I say the word retread. That's what he used to do with tires. What's up, Lazy Bum? That's what he used to do with tires on a car. You buy a retread. That's an old tire that they have remanufactured and sell it again. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to coaches. Who wants a damn retread? I don't. I want somebody young, innovative. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. My picture just went out. Okay, there we go. There we go. We're back. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're back. We're back. I don't know what happened. My picture went out. Okay, Donnell, stand up for Graceman clips or something. To definitely watch hilarious stories. Yeah, I used to do the stories on there. I got tired of them. I got tired of the old wrestling stories. I still tell them from time to time, but y'all, but that was too much. You know. Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about, man. Who needs a retread? Who needs it? And then people go, okay, it's time to get rid of Mike Tomlin. And bring in who? Who's better than Mike Tomlin for that job, man? Don't get me started, man. But, man, you know, we got Sonny. Sonny is back, man. Sonny is here. I told you guys, I don't know exactly where he's been. He's been traveling around the country doing his thing. And, you know, he couldn't come on last week. I didn't want him on the weeks before that because I was doing some stuff, but he couldn't come on. But we got him now.
What's up, Stevie?
What's up, buddy?
Man, how's my angry man?
Wait a minute, I'm not angry. Why you say that?
That's what Ernest says. You're always angry. You're always yelling at him and shit. Ernest called me up and he says, man, Stevie Ray's just an angry man. And I said, well, he can be.
No, I'm not angry, man. I'm not angry. I'm passionate. People get me going, man.
That's another word for it.
Yeah, I'm passionate, man. They get me going, Sonny. When they get me going, man, it's hard to stop.
I talked to Disco yesterday.
Oh, yeah? What's he up to?
Well, you know, there was a big brouhaha last week with what the AEW Tony Khan said about Disco.
No, I didn't hear that. What happened?
Oh, my God. He was all over, man.
No, brother. You know, I don't keep. I mean, it's been the holidays, man. I don't keep up with nothing.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with nothing, bro. Holidays are over now. I'm getting back in the groove. Whatever's been going on out there in the professional wrestling world, bro. I haven't even seen a wrestling show in the last. Oh my God.
Yeah.
4-5 weeks.
Yeah. Well, you know, AEW was here a couple of weeks ago and down here up here in Dallas from you.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I went to visit some guys. They were very nice. You know, everybody was really nice and you know, so I mean, you know, I get along with everybody there because I brought Sting over to, you know, Noah and stuff like that. So I done some business with them. Anyway, apparently, Disco, because he's got a regular job. He runs the club down in Vegas. You know that.
Yeah. He run the Scooby-Doo bar.
and yeah. Anyway, but so he does this podcast with Keep It 100 with Conan.
Yeah. I've been on there a couple of times.
Yeah. So, you know, and he tells it like it is, you know. He's like the guy who, like us, who's been there, done that, been up and down the road, you know. And Disco was in, you know, he was in creative committee and, you know, he does some stuff aside from being a wrestler.
Right.
So you know, he says he critiqued AEW when it's good and he praised it when it's not. But apparently he got on to Tony's nerve when he said something about one of their shows. I really don't know what he exactly said.
My man OG just said Sapphire's Gentleman Club. OG, I didn't want to give a shout out, okay? To the titty bar that he worked in. You see what I'm saying? I didn't want to give him no shout out, all right? I know where he works, okay? I've been there. Now, if I wanted to bring the man business up in the street, I would have. All right, OG? Now the cat is out of the bag. Anyway, Sonny, go ahead, man. My man didn't put the cat out of the bag. What can I do, bro?
Well, yeah, you know, mention Disco when you go there, and you might get the VIP.
You might get a couple of bucks off a lap dance.
Yeah. You might give you a coupon, 2 for 1.
Yeah. Half off on your next drink.
Right.
Yeah, but anyway,
so Disco critiqued. You know, I don't know what he exactly said. I didn't get into it. You know, but
okay, I'll look it up
because Tony Khan.
Calcutta knows. Calcutta, look that up for me, man, and send it to me. Go ahead.
Tony Khan responded, so that made it a news. You know what I mean?
Okay, right, like he did with Eric.
Yeah, they made
Okay.
it a big news,
Right.
which probably helped his viewership. Maybe he had to
Right.
critique his show. I don't know, but
Right.
but he called them like useless parasite or something. Has
Wait a
been
minute, man.
parasite.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Now, who called who a parasite?
Tony Khan.
Tony Khan called Disco a parasite.
Yeah, some parasite. Yeah.
Now, why was Tony Khan so upset?
Well, apparently Disco critiqued one of one of their shows or one of the storyline or lack thereof or something like that. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what the but I was amazed that Tony would give him a time of day. You know what I mean?
Well,
It's
that's
like
what I'm thinking right now. Who cares about what Disco Inferno says?
Tony also mentioned that too. That who cares? He's nobody. But minute it's like anything else, right?
Hmm.
It's like if I'm up and coming boxer and you're the world champion,
Right.
that's how it works, right? I mouse off, but minute you respond, now I got you.
Right.
Now
Right.
fight's on, whether it's
Hmm.
going to happen or not. And
Right.
that's
Right.
and I don't know what Tony meant to do, but certainly give Disco. So when I talked to Disco, I said, "Man, you just a heat-seeking missile."
Right.
And I don't know if Disco said it in malicious way. I don't take it that way.
Well, I have to read it. I'll have to read it and interpret exactly and try to interpret exactly what he was saying because I haven't read it.
Right. Yeah, but so I thought that was funny, and I said, and really, certainly Disco has a lot thicker skin, so he didn't bother him. He actually, if not for nothing, he probably more people tuned into his podcast to see what he got to say to what
Right.
Tony Khan had to say. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
Well, I tell you what, I think you and I should do a show and just demagogue
Oh God.
AEW. And we'll see if anybody respond to us. And we already told everybody what we was going to do just to say if we get a response. So if we get a response, then we know somebody marked out.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, for owner of the company, president, and and a head booker,
Well, somebody was just talking about Tony Khan on the. Let me see. I saw some comments. A couple of. Let me scroll back down. Let me see what they were saying. Tony. Who was that? Clubber die. Tony is literally just a mark with money. Is that the way you see him?
You asking me?
Yeah, you.
No, I don't. Here's what I see.
I don't either.
So here's what I see. Yes, Tony has money. If he was,
of course he got money.
Yeah, his parents got money, and he's, listen, he.
Now hold on a second, Tony. I didn't know this. Hold on one second before you continue. I don't mean to cut you off. Tanner just said Tony Khan talking about Ginger Mahal on Twitter also. Did you hear about that?
No, I have not. No.
Well, Tony Khan is Pakistani, right?
Yeah, certainly, something like that. Yeah, he's
Ginger Mahal is Indian. Those are neighboring countries.
They don't get along.
So they got to get it on.
They don't get along.
So I can see that, no, brother, because I in my neighborhood, my old neighborhood, Indian people and Pakistani people grew up. My neighborhood was like the United Nations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Asian people. My next door neighbor was Korean.
Is that the lady who tried to run you over? Okay. Go ahead, finish your thought.
No, that was a Japanese lady.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Reminded me of one Could be one of your relatives, son, and the way she drove. You gonna try to blame it on
the steering wheel up here.
You
Over looking over the dash. Driving a big old Cadillac.
Hell yeah, sitting on a pillow.
No, usually a phone books. Pillow gets smashed down. Phone book don't.
But anyway, the little kids.
Yeah.
In my whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
Well, I remember one of the little kids one day was like, "Oh no, man, we don't hang with that guy, man." And I'm like, "Why? You know, they're kids, but they get it from their parents."
Oh yeah.
That I didn't know that Pakistani people and Indian people didn't get along. You gotta realize this was years ago. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know they didn't get along like that until I researched it after that. I started researching it after that, and I was like, damn. Fucking Great Britain, boy, they just fuck up everything, don't they?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It used to be one country,
right?
And then
exactly
one country, and
but because of Great Britain,
split it because the religion,
right?
Yeah.
Oh my God! But anyway,
well, yeah, and I had a friend who was the Indian, and he said something to me one time, and he kind of, because I don't know, right? I don't know.
Right. I hear you.
The feud. So he says, "Man, they're Pakis," and I said, "What the hell is Pakis?" I guess that's a derogatory term, like you would use the N-word.
Exactly.
And I said, "What's that?" He says, "Oh yeah, And he goes on, and I said, "They look just like you." What do you mean?
Yeah.
We can't tell the difference. It's but yeah, it's funny how the religion or
I remember. I don't know. You remember when they had WrestleMania in New Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
Were you there?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
Okay. I remember Cat. Who was that else with us? There was a couple of more people with us. It was me, Cat. My man used to do the producing at WCW. What's his name?
Keith Mitchell.
God damn, dude, he's the one that came up with a bunch of stuff, the fire and all that stuff for me and my brother. He did a lot of stuff for the guys, man. He the one that did the NWO voice too. Neil, is that Neil?
Neil Pruitt.
Yeah, Neil Pruitt. It was me, Neil, Cat, and one other person was with us. I can't remember who it was. So we called an Uber. We went to see some of the wrestling shows, the independent wrestling shows.
Right.
So we called an Uber back to where we were doing our thing at. And the guy that was driving the Uber was Pakistani.
Right.
And so as we driving back to where we was going to, I started talking to him about the split between the countries and
right,
why they don't get along, and you fighting over that Calcutta and all that kind of stuff,
right,
and this, that, and the other. I said, well, how do you feel? I said, well, how do you feel? I was just like, me, man. I'm just the stuff just started coming out, and he was like, well, here, I try to get it, but over there, no, I have to be, I was like, why is that? I said, no, man, that's just the way it is, blah blah blah. And Neil was like listening. I didn't know he was listening though.
Right.
And Neil was like, damn, I wish I had a camera, man. He said, I've never seen somebody start asking somebody about their homeland and stuff like that. Why is somebody driving down the street and you're asking them all these questions and stuff? Who does that? And I was like, man, I didn't even realize I was even talking to the guy when we got to where we was going. I had forgot it that quick. But I was looking at him, I was like, hey, man, where you from? What's your origin? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he was like, Pakistani. And I was like, oh, okay. So it just started coming out because of back what I learned back from my neighborhood and those kids, man. And I was like, I didn't know it was that deep. But be that as it may, maybe that's why Tony Khan was talking about Jinder Mahal.
Could be. Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't seen that. That's just what somebody put up on the screen here. So I haven't seen it.
But I think man is educated here, and so,
right.
So I can't imagine that's that's an issue. But who knows? Like you said, who knows what their parents, what he gets at home,
right.
what he grew up with.
Exactly. And that's what I was talking about. You were talking about the guy saying a packy. The kids didn't say packy, but they was like, I didn't realize when I see these kids in the neighborhood, they all look the same to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now the Middle Eastern kids, the little Middle Eastern kids, you can tell by how their parents dress. They're different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because one's wear the hijab and the other one's wear the turban. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And but facially and everything, they look
you can't
the
tell.
same.
If you're at the swimming pool, you can't tell the difference.
Huh?
If they were at the swimming pool, you can't tell the difference.
No, you can't, man. I mean, it's just like people look at Asian people or Oriental people, because a lot of people say Asian. I always say Oriental because Asia is where the region of what we're talking about. That's Asia also.
Yeah, it's Asia, India, Pakistan, all that, Cambodia, all that.
Right. Burma, so that's why I always say Oriental.
Yeah.
Right. But a lot of people go, oh, that's an Asian guy. Well, that's an Asian guy too. Yeah. Oh, really? You know what I'm saying?
Oriental is more the people who look like me.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, man. But hopefully, Disco better.
You need to read up on the Disco's history. He made a pretty good blip for like 2-3 days.
Well, and that's why I don't. That's why I don't sit here and critique. I don't critique wrestling. What I don't like, somebody else loves.
You
know what I'm saying?
Let me say this because you asked me earlier and I didn't get to finish. But what I thought about Tony Khan, somebody saying he was a money mark and this and that. But this is what people don't understand. And every talent should be grateful. I don't care whether you like his booking or like his show. Listen, whether it's daddy's money or his daddy's influence or the connection he have, we all use it if we could use it. If we were in his place, we did the same damn thing.
Right.
Here's the deal. Because there's the AEW, and I said the same thing when there was WCW. When WCW went head-to-head with WWF and gave 2 places for a wrestler to go.
Right.
We all got more money.
Right.
Period.
People don't understand competition is good.
Competition is good multiple ways, but directly to the talent. Because now talent can go. Now WWE, people complain about WWE guys coming over to AEW. That's good. They got a place to go.
Right. Exactly. And especially for employment, but I'm just even talking about from a variety sense, because one product is not like the other product.
Right, correct.
If you see one product is this, the other product is this. But we live in a country where multiple companies can survive. It's 340 million people in just the United States of America.
It's Coke and Pepsi.
That's a lot of people, huh?
It's Coke and Pepsi. They dark drink and taste fuzzy and taste bubbly. They might have tasted a little different, but it's pretty similar.
You like them both?
And me too. I don't say I gotta have Coke and I can't drink.
Exactly, me either. You pull up to a fast food restaurant because now the fast food restaurants are making deals with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Making deals with. We only sell Coke or we only sell Pepsi. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Hey, can I have a Coke? Well, we don't have Coke. We got Pepsi. Okay, that'll work. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, Stevie? You know what you need to do? You need to catalog all the voices you do. This is a white waitress from Pizza Hut. We don't have Coke. We have Pepsi.
That's what they sound like coming through the little speaker box, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, but you should do all the voices you do of all the different people. You should catalog them, man. I'm telling you. We get an album and sell it.
Wait a minute. Cal Cutter just said something. To be honest, Stevie, Tony has been talking about Eric Bischoff, Jinder Mahal, Disco Inferno, etc. Okay, so I guess he's going on a whole tangent of talking about.
You know what? Because those guys critique the show, right? I mean, that's part of their, art. it's not this podcast, but a lot of
Uh-huh.
podcasts does. They
I
dissect their
know.
shows,
I
because they're
know.
a wrestling genre of podcast.
Right.
They dissect, the storylines, whether it's good or bad. And listen, that's their thing, right?
That's what they like to do.
But for Tony Khan to take it, I mean, I can see him taking it personally, but for him
Right.
to respond is probably wasn't is I mean,
Yeah, the smartest thing to
certainly
do.
he's a his choice, but giving them a fuel more than anything else. Um,
Well, let's hope they work it out, man, because see, that's like I said, a lot of times when I'm doing the black and white podcast, Vince wants to talk about certain things that's going on the show, on the wrestling shows, not just
right.
WWE, but AEW too. And he doesn't understand why they do some of these kind of things, especially from a perspective of him
Well,
used
he
to
was a
be
booker.
a writer,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So creatively, he's not going to jail with how things are today, just from a creative standpoint. And I can understand that. And he always, a lot of times, we don't do this a lot, but we do it enough. He wants my opinion on certain things. But by the mere fact that I come from the working side, okay, I don't critique the things and see the things like he does.
Right.
I don't see them like, I always are going to come from the side of a player, not a coach. So I'm always going to be like, hey, man, you evolve and adapt. You evolve and adapt. That's just the way the business is. That's the way all businesses are. That's the way all sports are. That's the way entertainment is. That's the way everything is. As time goes by, everything evolves. And you have to make adjustments to keep up with the time.
Well, perfect example is back in the days when you went NWO, right?
Right.
And when you and the brothers split up, and you went one way, Booker went the other way, and a lot of people were disappointed because Harlem Heat was no more. But
exactly.
But when you talk about adapting, Stevie, you found your own little niche with with NWO. You were kind of a little bit of enforcer kind of thing, and when NWO split up, the red and the black and white and red, when that went, you played part in that. You played actually a significant part in that. But like you said, it's evolving all the time, right? You're trying to find your little niche, and like you said, you adapt it to that character, that that they wanted you to play.
In essence, it was really refreshing, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
Because it was something, it was different. You know what I'm saying? It was like you're getting used to something different now.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually sparks my interest as a performer. It actually like, okay, this is different. Huh?
Certainly broaden your space and get, you could go different directions.
Just like I said, just from an artistic point of view, and a character being able to repackage a character and come out and see how far you can take this character.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. But from Vince's point of view, it's more creative.
Right.
Why would they do this on this show with this person and stuff like? I don't know. I mean, if you see what I'm saying,
right.
I don't know, but what they see and what's behind the whole episode or whatever, I'm not there, so I don't. How did they make it sense to themselves? I don't know.
Yeah,
because it don't make sense to me. I don't mean nothing, huh?
I will tell you this much: the very little time that I spent at AEW when I was there, and the people that worked, from Sting to Darby Allin, some of the people that I visited with, Tony's involved every step of the way.
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you who's behind the curtain every show I have ever been to AEW shows, Tony is right there at what we used to call them, Gorilla.
At the Gorilla, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, right behind the curtain,
right,
monitors, headset. He's talking to everybody, the producers and people in the truck. I mean,
right.
he's in it. He's in it. Every show that I have ever been to, and I'm assuming, from what I understand, he's involved. He's in every show. So
okay, great.
Yeah,
I mean, it's his deal.
It's his vision.
This is America.
Absolutely.
This is America. You got a right to do whatever you want.
Right. And you know what? And I have to, not kissing anybody's ass, but because there's AEW, lot of boys, I use the term, but a lot of pro wrestler can put a food in table doing what they love to do.
And that's the thing. That's why when I hear fans' perspective, I don't even listen to it, because most fans, with all due respect, don't know what they're talking about. You just got an opinion from a fan sitting at the house looking at stuff on television.
Absolutely.
You don't really know the really workings of professional wrestling, how things become the where they are. So your opinion is violent, but it's not an expert opinion. Right. It's the difference between somebody giving an opinion about something you're watching. It's another thing when somebody gives an opinion as to how they know things come together.
And Stevie Ray, you and I know how complicated. You and I could have a story written for 10 weeks.
Right.
One of us could get hurt.
Huh?
Then, one of us could get hurt. And there goes the storyline. I mean, then it evolves and changes. My cousin that nobody knew anything about, some Japanese dude have to step in and take there's all kind of stuff that evolves. I mean, it's a moving target. It's flexing. It's alive and it's moving.
It's an organic.
Exactly. It's not written in stone. No.
Right. It's an organic vehicle. And the thing is, it's like anything. It's like any other kind of entertainment. It's all perspective.
Yes, absolutely.
What you might like, somebody else might not like, and somebody else might love. That's just the way it is. That's the entertainment business. People put out songs all the time. People go, "Oh, I don't like that shit he put out last time." Yeah, but you like the hit before that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You like the hit before that. Oh, man, that was a shitty movie he was in. This last one. Yeah, but you like the 10 movies before that, though.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
And you don't know who produced it. Maybe he did it. Look,
exactly.
A lot
or
of
who wrote it.
Do it just for money.
Or who wrote it. Right.
People go to China to do, because, I think it was Matt Damon who did the movie with the wall, the Chinese wall.
Right.
He went over there and fought the imaginary dragon that was coming over the wall. He got a lot of heat for that, right?
Right.
Said, why would you, Matt Damon, who made himself a big name, but he went. Why did you do that, man? He went because they paid him a lot of money.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
I'm taking the money, Sonny.
Right. Absolutely.
I'm gonna always take the money.
Yes.
People think, entertainment business is no different than a 9-to-5. You're just entertaining people while you're doing it.
Right.
Still got to feed your family. You still got a house note. You still got car notes. You still got alimony. You still got child support. You still got progressive annuities in your kid's name, as far as college fund, or as far as some mutual funds or stuff like that. Trust funds. You still got to put money on all this stuff. Still got retirement. You still got to put money in all this stuff. You got to get on the table. You got to grind, baby. You got to grind. So while you're hating, you should be appreciating. Don't hate, appreciate.
Well,
that's what I'm talking about.
Don't
hate. You don't see me. You don't see old Ray Dog hating nobody. I leave that for Sonny.
No, you hate.
Leave me out of it.
You told me you hate Ernest.
I never told you that. Maybe I did.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
No.
Did I say that?
Yes, Dad. You called him a couple of N-word too. Light skin, mud, something. I won't go into.
I said no. I didn't call him no N-word. I called him white. He closer to a white man than a black man. So I didn't call him no N-word.
Well, anyway, he's still talking about fighting you, so I still want to, you want to promote that thing, So Ernest is scheduled to go to Japan. I believe it's late September, October for All Japan tournament that he's going to enter, Kyokushin.
Yeah, I think he told me about that.
Yeah, you can punch to the body. You cannot punch to the head, but you can kick to the head.
Right.
So yeah.
Somebody just mentioned this. Somebody just mentioned this, and I saw this, man. It's been all over the internet and all over social media. Man, our boy Killer Khan died.
Yeah. I talked to him a week before he passed away.
Really? What happened?
Video conference. One of my guys, Cyrus, was over there, and he called me from his restaurant. His new place. About a year ago, he moved, and
right.
Yeah, he said, "Hey, he says, I remember you when you came over, and he looked. I don't know what he died of. No, I haven't gotten the detail, but he was a sudden. He passed away.
Yeah,
I'm sure it was.
Did he still have the restaurant?
Yes, he had a new restaurant. He moved from Okubo, which is right next door to Shinjuku Station, and he moved to another location, and he just had a new place about a year ago.
Calcutta said, he just said here, he passed away during his shift at the restaurant.
Yeah.
So he apparently passed away while he was working.
I asked that man, people had to ask me, I said, how come Calican never been? He's got a family in Florida. I believe he has a daughter in Florida. So I try to bring him in a lot of times, try to get him in, for signing and stuff,
Uh-huh.
He just couldn't leave the restaurant, he said, but I said, man, you got to come, people love to see you.
Oh man, I love me some Killer Khan, bro.
I tell you what, he told me, he sat down and told me a story, because I went to his restaurant 2-3 times when I was there.
Uh-huh.
And because that's where we stayed, right, same town, it's just right around the block. So we'll go there and, get some drinks and some food. And he told me when he came back from WWF,
uh-huh,
when he came back, he was so broke, he had to live in his brother's house for about a half a year to get back on his feet.
Why was he so broke? I thought he made good money up there.
It's not WWF's fault. Whoever was managing him, I won't mention him.
Okay.
But apparently they weren't giving him all the money, or at least, not even close to the money he was getting. So he came back broke.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he told me that.
Was he living in Tokyo?
Yeah.
Boy, you need some money to live in Tokyo.
But Tokyo's cheap right now. Japan's real cheap right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Exchange rates in big favor of dollar.
Oh, okay.
So you get about 1.5 times. So in other words, you can get yourself a real nice dinner. Sit down by yourself, have a pretty decent dinner for about $15.
Oh, okay. That's not bad at all.
$5.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. Of course,
I remember eating. I remember eating at a McDonald's.
Yes. Yes.
First time I went to Japan. That they've taken the McDonald's meal and turned it into the Japanese version.
Yes, they have a bun that is made out of rice.
Hey man, I need a Big Mac, baby. What's going on, Sonny? I didn't need the Japanese Big Mac. I need the daddy size Ray Dog Big Mac. Yeah. What's going on? What's with the noodles on the menu, bro?
You thought you were ordering Big Mac, but we were serving you Big Mako.
It wasn't big at all. Wasn't nothing big. The word big. I don't know what the word big is in Japanese, but what is it?
Big Mako.
Okay. Well, that shouldn't even be on the menu. Okay. I don't know what the word medium. No, that's not on there either. Maybe just minute or small.
Yeah. No more pancakes for Stevie Ray. Give him salad.
I couldn't even get them at McDonald's.
No exchange.
McDonald's sold the noodles and they sold the salad
Yes. Yeah.
at McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they have to cater to the Japanese taste.
I know. But it's just funny, man.
Stevie Ray,
That
I
I've
got to
seen.
figure out a way to take you to Japan now.
I've seen McDonald's in multiple countries.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, right by that where the Godzilla is in Shinjuku.
Okay.
We're gonna stay in that hotel one night just for you, and we're
I got to take pictures.
McDonald's right around the corner from that building.
You know I got a 24-hour Godzilla station, right?
No, man.
Yeah. So
did you watch the brand new one yet?
I haven't watched the new one yet.
I went to try to see it, and it was only in theater for a week.
A buddy of mine saw it. He took his son to see it. I think that's right before Christmas, either right after Christmas.
Yeah.
He
correct.
took his son. He took his son to, huh?
It was a real short run on the theater.
Yeah, he said they kind of, I guess the plot is similar to the first one.
The original Godzilla made in modern technology. So, but the Godzilla is really cool. Says the video, the special effects is really,
Right.
I think they only spent like $15 million to make that movie. If that was a Hollywood movie, it would have cost 10 times or more.
Oh, really? So yeah, because he told me it was in the he told me they had to put the English writing in the subtexts and stuff.
Subtitle.
Because so I was like, oh, really? So that's when I was like, well, did they make the movie in Japan?
Yeah.
So it's a Japanese production.
Oh, yes. And this Godzilla don't mess around. They step on people and stuff.
Like I said, he told me that it went back to when Godzilla was a heel.
Yeah.
A big heel.
Yeah. Like I believe it's like 1963, 64. That's when the original. You
way off, man. You leave the Japanese analogies and all the technical stuff to me. You want to learn about Godzilla?
When the original Godzilla come out?
1954.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. 54. Yeah, that's right.
Maybe 55, 56, somewhere in there. Raymond Burr started in that. Raymond Burr, you know who he is?
Yeah, he was the lawyer.
Perry Mason.
Yeah, Perry Mason, correct, right. That's right. I remember watching that movie because I was born in 1954.
By the time 1963, what you're talking about was King Kong versus Godzilla.
Okay. Wasn't King Kong a babyface then?
King Kong, it was a fake King Kong. It was a Japanese version of King Kong. It wasn't the King Kong. It wasn't the King. It was a rip-off King Kong. You know what I'm saying? And that's why,
it was a King of Kongo.
What I'm saying is this.
Yes.
Godzilla is the king of all monsters. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's been cemented.
King of kaiju.
That's been cemented. Okay.
Right.
Godzilla is a movie star. Godzilla say, I'd have made more movies than John Wayne. Godzilla said the only person come close to me in the movies is John Wayne. I've been the heel. I've been the babyface. I'd have tore up Japan. I'd have tore up the world. I'd have saved the world. I'd have tore up the world. I'd do it all, baby. Now, can King Kong say that?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's if you follow King Kong's history, you can actually write a professional wrestling story out of that because
Wait a minute, you mean Godzilla or King Kong?
Godzilla.
Okay, you said King Kong. I was just going to say, man, this dude is in search.
Right.
He like the Temptations when they lost David Ruffin, brother. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every King Kong movie is the exact same movie, done in another generation.
I know it.
where you go to an island,
Yeah.
okay, and you get attacked by all these other monsters on this island,
Right.
and then King Kong shows up and falls in love with the blonde-haired white lady.
Yeah. What's with that? Why? What's with that? Because
I don't know, man.
Because I followed that pattern too.
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know, but we've seen several movies follow that pattern.
Yes.
Okay. In different countries.
Yes.
In different movies.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's really interesting. Ingenue is usually blonde hair, blue eyes. Yeah.
Right.
You know.
So how many versions of that movie? So what Godzilla did was took King Kong from the Chitlin circuit. Okay. What Godzilla?
That's a good one. I haven't heard that one.
That's what Godzilla did. Say, hey, look, dog, I'm gonna try to bring you up. You know how we do in wrestling, man. I'm gonna try to bring you up and put you in production.
You can get the rub off me, brother. Let me help you out. You stuck in that. You stuck in the mid class. You know.
Right.
Down there.
Right.
With, you know. And let me bring you up a little bit.
Yeah. Then they captured. Then these people captured you. See, you see Godzilla say, bro, look, I never let these Japanese folks catch me, bro. I never let them catch me. I'm gonna burn them up. I'm gonna eat them alive. You always let the. He told Godzilla, man, don't let these white folks catch you, bro. They always shoot some tear gas and knock you out, tie you up to a ship, and take you to New York and throw you off a building. Come on, man. How many times can you do it?
And you gotta quit falling in love with them blonde hair, blue eyed ladies.
Yeah, they know your weakness, man. That's what Godzilla told him. They know your weakness, baby. You know, they'll always get you, man.
You know what you should do? You really should do an analysis, just like what you just told me. You know, play the role of Godzilla. You know, and talking to brother. Let me help you out. You gotta get out of that mid card lap.
Yeah, man. Come on, bro. Big and tough as you are, dog. Come on, man. You don't sell like that. That's just like how they did Paul White, the Giant. You don't let no fire Rey Mysterio Jr. suplex you over the top rope, man.
Oh my God.
You don't do that, bro. No, you gotta stay big, man. You gotta stay strong.
You killed your gimmick.
Yeah.
Well, I remember getting back to that. You know, I remember first time because Paul was real athletic, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think he did first time when he wrestled. I think one of the first time he wrestled in WCW, he did a missile drop kick, and and everybody, then he did a kip up, you know.
Right.
Everybody went, holy shit! But I remember when he came to the back, all the veteran booker, they all said, hey, you gotta be a giant.
Yes.
You got to play the giant gimmick.
Yes, bro. You just don't know. You just don't know, man, because once you become regular, that is how the fans will look at you.
Right.
Once you become Sonny Ono, the size of a Sonny Ono. Okay?
Well, you're absolutely right.
You can't see a giant is a giant. You know what I'm saying? A giant's got to be a giant. And I don't care how athletic you are. Once you start jumping and diving and things like that in a wrestling match, first of all, when you're carrying girth, the landing is like a 747. It's not like a Cessna.
Right.
You dig?
Yeah.
So you can end up hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Even though you can do that, the human body, especially when it's over a certain weight and size, in the professional wrestling business, is not really built to curtail those type of things.
Right.
A little guy can be. You ever seen a big gymnast?
Nope. Nope.
You ever seen a big swimmer?
No, just skinny tall ones.
You can have tall ones, but they
But
don't
not
weigh but 150 pounds.
right. Well, you can because
You ever seen a 220-pound swimmer keep up with, you know, anybody else? No.
no.
It's too many moving parts.
Right. Well, you can't have all that muscle because I mean,
Yeah, it's
they
dirt.
need
What?
energy, they need blood.
So just imagine you in a wrestling match doing those kind of things. You will be grounded very, very, very fast.
Yeah. Correct.
You know, very fast. So staying big, because you're bigger than the average person. It's always big guys in professional wrestling. Hell, I was a big guy in professional wrestling. But
Bigger than life.
when you make guys like me look small, you're an anomaly when you walk through an airport because people don't see you. People don't see people that tall and that big. So why would you want to wrestle like a regular person? There's no money in that.
No.
The money is in your size. We're selling a giant. We're not selling a regular guy.
That's another thing. Television can play this because it's a perspective, right? So when you got a little bitty manager like me, makes Stevie Ray even look like 6'8", 6'9".
Right. Right.
And that's the thing.
Right.
That's
why when me and my brother did tag teams, he did all the athletic stuff.
Yeah.
Now, if we're both doing the athletic stuff, then we don't have a big guy.
Right.
A center like Shaquille O'Neal does not play like a guard like Kobe Bryant.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kobe does these kind of things. Shaquille O'Neal does these things.
Mm-hmm.
It's the yin to a yang.
Yeah.
That's what makes it go. But if you got a guy like Shaquille O'Neal, that's the big power guy, bringing the ball down, dribbling through his legs and shooting three-pointer, then what the hell we need Kobe for?
Right.
You don't need him.
Yeah.
Because you ain't finna find nobody like that doing that. Because his anatomy will not let him do that in competition. You might can do it on the floor. You might can do it on the floor with your little kids,
Right.
But in competition, no. The ball takes too long to go from here to here and bounce. Anybody can run up and take it from you. You know what I'm saying? But, we live and learn. But, once he got to WWE, Paul did, they kind of took the giant thing off him,
Yeah.
They kind of took it off him a little bit. Now, I didn't agree with that, but that's WWE. They didn't want giants anymore. They didn't want anybody being bigger at that time. Like Andre the Giant. You might remember Killer Khan beat Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Broke his ankle.
Mm-hmm.
The Killer.
Yes.
The Killer. Oh, man, I remember that, man. Because they did that down in the Mid-South. They might have did it in other territories, too. Yeah. But Killer Khan against Andre the Giant, Sonny.
There's money.
Ooh, I know Killer made some money, bro.
What? Unfortunately, Killer didn't make the money. And I know who was in on it.
Right.
But
right.
Yeah.
But even in the territories.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it Kendo?
Yeah, Kendo. Yeah.
Was it Kendo?
No. That was
okay.
It was actually he came from New Japan office at the time. They were working, so he was actually the deal was through New Japan.
Oh, okay.
So it was.
So in essence, they getting a piece of his take on.
Oh yeah, and they were getting a little bit more than a piece.
Yeah, see that? That's why.
But
I could have talked to Kill and told him don't trust him, man.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
You live in Houston. There was a lot of people in town yesterday. The game.
Right.
And if people are starting to say, hey man, I think all these games are starting to be work like wrestling. There's a lot of that chatter going on right now. Because I have always said, only takes a couple calls.
That's all.
That's all. Man, some of them calls. Listen, I wasn't. I'm from up there Midwest. So in Big
Right.
Ten. So but I feel bad for Washington because some of them calls, man, they were. It's the biggest game in a.
But you know what? I really don't think that's what beat them. Washington just didn't come in with the greatest game plan in the world, and they couldn't stop. And they couldn't stop the run. The refs can only help you so much, but you got to stay close.
Yeah.
You got to stay close.
Yeah.
Because if you get out of hand, the refs that's supposed to be on the take gonna look at the other ref and say, "Ain't nothing I can do. I can't help them." You know what I'm saying? You just let a guy run 40 yards for a touchdown. Then as he get the ball again, that same guy run 40 more yards. Y'all didn't see him running 40 yards the last time? Tackle him.
Man, I know it.
But I was looking for a better game myself, man. But hey,
yeah, me too.
Happened. Last year, same thing happened when Georgia went in there with what was that, TCU?
TCU, yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes, man, I think the moment, I could be wrong, but I think the moment gets to some of these young kids.
Yeah. Well, look at both the semi games. They were great.
Yeah, but they didn't have that big focus on them like this game.
Yeah. No, this
you know what I'm saying?
Undefeated game, undefeated guy from
you got to do all this press shit for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you got to come to a city, the neutral city.
Right.
And I just think it gets to some of these young kids that are not a perennial powerhouse, like a Georgia, or like a Alabama, or like an Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? Right. These guys are perennially at the top all the time.
Well, they're used to all that eyeballs and pressures and all that
especially stuff. The coaches.
Yeah.
Especially the coaches. But
yeah.
Sonny, we had another good one tonight. Glad to see you back, man.
Good to be back. And then we are, you really should think about going with us. Because I try to talk.
Oh, wait a minute.
Japan when he goes to fight.
When are y'all going? When are you guys going?
Look like late September, October. Well, I'll get you the date.
Oh yeah. Okay, I thought it was here.
Because what we can do is we can film all that. We can film us traveling and all that, and going out. And
most definitely, we can make it into a whole show.
Yeah, and have you in a corner yelling at people, yelling at a bunch of short Japanese people.
What makes you think I'm going to do that?
Yeah, because you're gonna be in Cat's corner, and I'm gonna try to hold you back, not beat up little Japanese.
No. I'm no Mr. Miyagi.
Well, you're gonna be the heel guy. You're gonna say, "Sweep the leg."
That's me.
Yeah, that's gonna be a line. That's gonna be a line in a show. You pull Cat over and goes, "Sweep the leg." He's got Japanese guy got real short legs. Just sweep it.
Well, Sensei, I can beat this guy. Sweep the leg. You got a problem with that?
That's great. Yeah, we gotta put that in the show. I heard that before somewhere.
Oh my goodness, man! I got a 24-hour Godzilla station, and I got a 24-hour Bruce Lee station.
Oh man!
And I got a 24-hour Kung Fu movie station.
Ernest's been watching Kung Fu movies now. He calls me
up. He needs to.
Yeah, he
needs to because his karate does not. His karate wavers. Somewhat.
He calls me up and goes, "Man, so why is all the Japanese always a heel?" I said, "Because we kind of conquered their country for a long time."
Well, but if the movies was made in Japan,
yeah, but
then the Chinese guys are heels.
Yeah, But most of those movies, though, those kung fu flicks, are all made in China and Hong Kong.
All made in China, yeah.
Yeah, and so
The
Japanese
what was the guy's name? They made a scene of them. The Shaw Brothers.
Yeah.
The Shaw Brothers.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the Shaw Brothers movie the other night. I mean, a couple of weeks ago. 5 Deadly Venoms.
5 Finger of Death.
5 Fingers of Death. Yeah. What about the Hong Kong Cat?
I don't know that one.
So you don't know them like me, baby. I grew up on them. Huh?
What about Black Pearl? That's the movie I was in.
What about Black Belt Jones?
Oh yeah, those were exploitation movies that went over to. We can't exploit them, black people no more. So let's throw in some Chinese guys in there.
But the thing is,
Black Belt Jones.
Only one guy knew karate. Well,
Jim Kelly.
Yeah, Jim Kelly. He only guy. He beating up everybody. Yeah. Now, ain't no karate guy finna beat up no brothers, man.
Yeah, but he had the big old afro with the afro comb in his head, beating up. He had platform shoes, kicking the shit out of everybody. That was the 70s, man.
Oh, I still love that movie, bro.
Yeah.
I still love that movie, Black Belt Jones.
Remember there was a Cleopatra something too. They got into women doing
Cleopatra Jones.
Yeah, they got women.
Hey, wait a minute. Were they related?
I don't know. There must be. Why there so many black people named Smith and Jones and Jackson?
Because that's what slavery was in the South, with the Joneses and the Smiths and the Washingtons.
Jacksons
and the Jacksons. Yeah. That's what they were. So that's how it works, Sonny.
All right.
But see, me, I'm glad I don't have one of those names.
Hoffman.
Huh?
Hoffman. What kind of name is Hoffman? English?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably some Germans.
Oh,
probably some Germans was in on the slave trade too, or Jews, or German Jews.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah. You should look into what your name, like the 23andMe or whatever, one of those things, and see where you come from.
I already know where I come from, man.
What tribe?
I don't have to go through that.
What part of Africa?
The Spengulis.
You have to come from because when I was in South Africa, I didn't realize the pygmies, the short guys, many, and they had those Zulus that was a lot taller guys.
Right.
And so I said, really, you could tell what tribe they were from, almost from.
Right.
Where they were built.
Well, when you come up in that part of the world, they already know every tribe got its own characteristics and look and stuff like that. So they already.
But I'd be curious to know, since you've been a big man, bigger than average, certainly.
I think I'm from like half African and half Mongolian.
No, that don't correlate.
I think me and Killer. I'm the real Killer Khan, man. I think Genghis Khan could have came over there and kidnapped a couple of people, man. That's what I'm thinking. The guy ruled the world, brother.
Yeah,
the guy ruled the world.
Almost did.
Yeah. Well, Sonny.
Yes, sir.
Another great show, brother. Glad everybody was able to hang along tonight and go through Sonny's and our ritual of talking about everything and everybody, man. So next week, Sonny will be back. I'll be back, and we'll lay it down again on the world's most dangerous podcast. And for my man Sonny, y'all know I am Stevie Ray, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right, brother.
Good night.